Welcome back. We're starting a new week off with some more data life, or what I should really call how many people can Shido disappoint today. Though this show really has surprised me in recent times, having Elliot show up and be an actual badass, being able to fend off Isaac without actually showing anything on screen. But of course, one more spirit has been found and detained, had her heart unlocked and convinced over into Shido's way of thinking. But how is that going to go down for the rest of them, considering there's many portals and whisking them away? It might cut in some of the personal time the others have booked in. Let's see. So sit down. Let's start the episode. I was about to say, what could go wrong with a peaceful start to an episode, but beginning it off with her family before. And how badly is it going to go for her? Considering if what was said was true, with all spirits being human at some point or another. If they were chosen to become spirits, were they just kind of plucked out of their element, or did they have to have their actual families kind of forgotten about? Because as I was trying to formulate a thought in my head, I was going through each of the spirits, like, do any of them have families? I mean, Origamis were... Well, we know how that went. Kokoro has Shido, but then again, Shido is at the main epicenter of it all anyway. So yeah, this is some questions I'm not sure I want answered then with this new one. Also, comparatively to all of the other ones where we got to spirit rescue, is it going to have a kind of breaking in time to get used to the group and everything? Oh yeah, didn't she just whisk him away on a... Good thing the earpiece itself wasn't disturbed in that teleportation. But yeah, I was about to say, are any of them going to finally actually mention about him mumbling around and talking to himself? Could you please not listen to music while we're talking? Take those out. I mean, yeah, there isn't really a hairdresser up in space. Okay. Touchy subject. Are there extra layers on the whole locking her heart? What else has she made herself forget or stop caring about? Of course you do. I didn't manage to see the last one. Holding her hair like the hems of a wedding dress. That seems a little difficult to... Of course. Okay, and what, these are the best options that the AI could come up with? I mean, sure. Human emotion is a fickle mistress. We don't know that some of them might enjoy the dark horse answer. I see. It's not a case of cutting her hair or changing it permanently, so shouldn't be against it. I mean, I was about to say, he's probably had some level of practice. Wow, that is a big braid. Yeah, he should have thought about that. There's a lot of feedback. Suddenly out of nowhere, obviously. And create, yeah, a few alterations. Some questions are best not answered. Okay. Fairly slow, standard, but not unimpressive in its own right. We didn't get some bolsterous event like with some of the others, but as much as you can after meeting someone for like a day and a half and when they're floating around in space, sure. At least she calls him Shiro rather than any kind of weird pet names. Okay. Yeah, well, Shiro comes as like a package deal, unfortunately. There are definitely going to be some that would fight against this union if he did go along with it anyway. Excuse me? You do what now? But the idea... And through the portals. The idea of that kind of soft and calming voice while also seemingly be a little possessive. Some of your favourite... Would you go smashing your own shit even if there is an intruder? Isn't that just making things worse? Anyway, some of your favourite concepts in all of media. Amnesia. Sleepwalking. Okay, yeah, let's go for that. It might be a little difficult to... Even him? I guess he was a love interest. Danger to her. Probably best that those three forget him, to be fair. Could be worse. Yeah, it's a bit creepy that he knows all your names. So, the very concept of Shido has been locked away from the world. Yeah, that'd be one way of trying to keep him all to herself. Ostracize him from everyone. Perfect way for a relationship, really. Go round to see everyone. Maybe there's one face that hasn't been affected. Quick, call the police. Oh, it would be hilarious if Yoshinon remembered, because it's like, why would Mukuro choose to affect Yoshinon as well? Not confirmation, but not also denial of what I was thinking there. Kurumi. This your first thought wasn't that? Then you best be quick about it rather than just thinking. That, another portal. Yeah, I see a key erupting from nowhere. Let's just stand still and let it do its thing. And yet said with such smile and grace. I did this for you, after all. Yeah, actually, almost entirely that sentence. I mean, we haven't had completely possessive, psychopathic yandere types characters, so only a matter of time. Even when they don't have Shido to center themselves around, they still gather at this place and talk about it. Not gonna think about your what you saved him under? How'd you get into her phone? That is freaky. Chased him away? He called him like a weird fan and then he looked sad about it, so I guess. All of you having the same experience in the same time frame of the same day. Was it Eve? You can't lock away your You can't lock away Origami's memories, they were too strong. But then immediately changed. No, it's not the Origami that we know anymore. it's a separate her, so therefore separate memories? I mean, putting it as a statement of no one remembers him, yes. And now they have someone that actually believes that it's not just some random stalker going around. They can fight back against it even if they don't know him. And you chased him out of your house. I hope you feel bad about it. She didn't have a split as such, so... Angry Toka or inversion Toka? Either way, terrifying. Just keep playing along so that she doesn't remove him from even more of the world. Yeah. See if you can fight back while being isolated. It seems so real, this dream. A sadness that was sweeping over her for a life lost. Wanting to claim it back elsewhere. Maybe don't go explaining all of this in front of the one that's locked everything away in the first place. You know, explaining how she was able to break through and remember it. There you go. Any successes are now just lost. They'll find you? Who's they? What, the, I was going to go for, I can't remember the DEM and whatnot, but no. It was inversion Talker. Why won't you just hurry up and die? Memories might have been locked away, but ingrained hatred and feelings there, it's something that can't be stopped. Also, I do like that this world's origami is able to have those kind of expressions that we don't get anywhere else. So why don't they, sit down, talk about things? Rav, it quite good, Oh, it's good. Don't won't like this. He won't like you if you're just violent. It might be more powerful with him talking about it instead of just going along with everything that she's been doing so far. Oh, you've locked everyone to remember me? Sure, I'll just walk hand in hand with you anyway. Play along. Yes. In what other way We know Toka's easily swayed and whatnot, but is inversion Toka also just as dense? Ah, yes. Either way, sounds like a win-win, because dumb situation, dates, and locking away powers and gaining them of his own? Why are they all going together? It's not very nice to whisper you on your own. Eat her what now? Otherwise you'll be thrown out of the establishment. You don't want to cause trouble for everyone else. Yeah, customer service. When you really want to smack a bitch, but you can't because you lose your job. So repeat after me. Oh God. Definitely. Oh, what? No, sure. Her magic works wonders. Does she remember the... I mean, sure, go all out on it. Fill it full with love. She has a certain way with things, and there'll definitely be those that would enjoy it. Wasn't he? Oh no. Face this way. He can't fight back if he's mobile. You caused this. You know, maybe being forgotten by everyone isn't so bad. If he can just escape now, he might at least get out of his life. Them fighting to the death over it might have been preferable than whatever this is. But everyone else at this place, like, meal and a show? Can't get much worse than this. But I like the idea that, you know, Kurumi was also brought up as an option. So was she also forced to forget him? And if so, would Mukuro need to go around every single variation and version throughout time of Kurumi to lock those memories out? Because if not, and you only found one, not sure it would be all too effective. But yeah, now that most of them are somewhat aware of Shiro's actual existence in this world and that he's not some random stalker or anything, maybe we can then write themselves a post-it note. Remember him. Don't attack the person in the kitchen when you wake up. Simple things. Also, if this is a way of breaking through Mukuro's obsession and obsessive nature, and inversion Toka's animosity, all in one fell swoop, that'd be quite good. And while they're on these interesting excuses for a date, what are the rest of the gang doing? Are they trying to find a workaround or a way to undo the locks on their own minds? Also, much like Natsume's illusions and turning into someone else, you're always somewhat on guard. Are you who I'm looking at? Now, knowing that Mukuro can change memories themselves and erase someone's entire existence, I'd be constantly worrying, so am I just forgetting something, or did you do it again? It would be definitely difficult to trust her from here on out. For probably good reason. Tragic backstory or not, a lost family, one that, if she was snatched away from them, maybe much like this, they were forced to forget about her, and they are still alive out there. Just not that she was part of their lives, which would probably would be sad, but one of the better outcomes, because then it's not a family torn apart because of spirits, in a sense. And we'll kind of get to the core issue of the whole, you're mine and abandonment issue things. But first we've got to work out Shido's own heartbreak at finding out that his bestest boy and whatnot didn't know his face. That was the most heartbreaking for this entire thing. Even if she erased his presence from all of their memories, if the teacher came in and read the register, it'd still be on it. Because I don't think she can change literal things like that. Much like Shido still had his bedroom. So, just a little bit of examination around the house. Oh, wait a minute, why is this spare room here with a load of boy stuff? That doesn't make sense. And so just a little prodding, it kind of falls apart. Depends on how thorough this Mukuro wants to really get. But now that she's distracted with the whole date idea and making him fall for her so that she doesn't have to go for underhanded methods. Don't know if it's any better. But yeah, as I kind of mentioned, the list of characters is fairly long, with a whole bunch of different personalities and archetypes and the likes. Having one that is a little off the deep end. Well, we've seen several of them, but none in this. I will keep you away from everyone that you know and have you to myself, and no one else can touch you. I mean, we got a little bit with Origami, but that's more in a humorously inept version of it, whereas Mukuro is sociopathic about it. But there are definitely characters out there which could probably benefit at having the memories of Shido locked away. Certain chairman of DEM being one of them. And his assistant. So who are we fighting against? Don't worry about it. Also, knowing now that you can just remove memories from people or lock them away, that will make any fights going forward kind of simple. Just get Mukuro to go in unnoticed and turn that lock. Fight over before it even needed to begin. But there's a life of a spirit always getting involved, and you don't have to go by social norms. You can just go around doing what you like, whether it be reading people's memories, becoming them literally, or erasing them entirely. But we're going to need to see more, because although there was no grand fight scenes or anything in this one, animation-wise, still pretty decent. And if they get a little over-eager, what's more dangerous than a fight for the heart? Gonna have to find out. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing, join onto my Discord. Have a peek at anything else that takes your fancy. But I'll see you for the next one.